I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know what happened from the time we were filming the episode to now,
Yeah.
but I decided just to come the fuck in. And I'm here for this. Hold on, this is one for me and one for the homies.
Whoa.
Let's just start it. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're actually, that could be part of the intro. And I say, what's up, everyone? This is the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Chris, with my co-host, my E3 partner in crime, Liquid. Liquid, how are you doing today?
Well, just like every week, I'm very well. No spoke.
Are you?
No, I'm not. All right, guys.
You
I
look
got
wounded.
I got my second vaccine shot. And part of me was gonna try to make something funny out of it, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucking hurting. my arm is sore as hell. I was saying, like, thank goodness so far that's the least of the problem so far, but it is still sore. Like, oh, this hurts right here. Like, it feels like I had a hell of a shoulder workout. Is what it feels like right now. And I'm not for it.
Oh man, it's funny because the thing is, guys, now you can see how big the shoulders are that Liquid has, and how little that's actually a full size Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's just how big Liquid shoulders are.
Yeah, it's a full.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Bro, why are you flexing your entire chest? Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is the feeling right now,
ridiculous.
guys.
This guy. Oh, this is just him. This is how he wakes up, guys. This is him.
Yep.
This reminds me of one time Ani posted a video of you, and she was just like, look at him, just like that." And it was just you with like you just had your shoulders out, and you're just like, "What? This is me regular. I don't know what's going on."
Oh, I stand. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, hit the side shimmy. Well, guys, as you can tell, I decided this is E3 weekend. It's time to class up the joint. I wear the nicest undershirt I have. I wore the nicest tie I own, and the suit jacket I had laid out from last week. And I decided this is how we're rocking E3. And Liquid, well, by the time everyone sees this is before. We can have like a little fun thing where this is before Xbox has this thing. And the date launch is Monday. Nintendo's thing is Tuesday, but this is Monday. We don't know what's happening at Xbox.
Right.
So but we had we had already the earlier stuff. How do you feel in the midst of E3 on the precipice of the weekend?
As we're getting closer, I'm getting more excited. It's funny because, like, if you would have asked me this last week, and I think you did, like, I wasn't really feeling. I was just like, whatever, I was always I'm still on the fence as far as the whole, if we really need it, don't really need it, but I'm glad we have it.
That's what you said last week.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said last week. But
how do you feel now?
But I'm more excited as we go. I guess, and I think it's because of Summer Games Fest. I think since we just got done with that, I guess not really done because there's still, like, we're recording this on Friday. There's still tomorrow, which is Saturday. That they're going to be doing the Ubisoft Forward. I think
Isn't that more E3?
I'm not sure. I
Bro,
really don't
who
know.
knows at
I
this
couldn't
point?
tell you. But regardless, we're going to have something up. So something should be up already, actually. So something should be up by now. So if it's not up, sorry. But no. Yeah. Like, I'm getting more excited as we get closer. I feel like
The closer we're here.
Yeah, I guess within just a few days here.
That's why I'm asking.
Like,
I know I asked you the same question from last week, but that's why I asked you.
I'm a lot more excited now. I just really want to see what Xbox brings to the table. They really need to bring it. Like, now's the time to smack Sony in the face. Like now's the time to do it more than ever. Like, the stage is set, kind of to throw down. It's like right now Sony is like standing in the stage, but they are, with their hands tied behind their back, and you just gotta wail on them. That's kind of where it comes down to right now.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought you were wrapping up. I'm sorry.
I was gonna ramble on and say the same thing, pretty much, just in a different way.
but I'm like, I think it's just I think the PlayStation ego hit. Xbox is coming for them, and I think Xbox gonna give it to you. Once they're gonna rock, then they're gonna roll. Yeah.
I just hope they don't roll downhill.
They're gonna roll up this hill, baby.
Okay.
Bro, it's good from the stuff that we've already learned. Yeah, rolling uphill, gravity, fake. No, I'm not a flat earther. Jesus Christ, I remember we're posting this on the internet. I can't just make jokes like that in the like thinking no one's gonna hear it. Earth is round, gravity's real. All right.
But are we
Anyway,
sure? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
liquid.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I swear
It
to
was really
God.
spazzing out.
Huh?
I was saying my camera was like really like it was spazzing out for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's alright. It's fixed now.
Okay. But like, I don't know. With their previous announcement, where they're saying they've openly admitted to be making more consoles or working on hardware. They're not giving up, going and integrating cloud into PC. Just throwing these announcements before E3.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, their E3 showcase. I think it's just like they want to do all the extra stuff before and want E3 to be games, games, games. And I think every gamer in this room can agree that's what we're all here for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, all this Xbox talk is great, but Sony came out a little game, Liquid. What is it? What is it called again?
I think it's called Ratchet and Clank. Rift Apart. This game, man. I downloaded it yesterday. At midnight release. I only played about an hour. I played like the first stage, and it's classic Ratchet, as you know him. But this time, well, 60 frames, which I think they've always ran at 60 frames, if I'm not mistaken, or at least they did when they remade it. But dude, just the textures, the pixels, like everything you see, like everything, like you're like really looking at the details. And then with the PlayStation 5, you got your different settings, your fidelity mode, your performance mode, and then your performance ray tracing mode, which is, by my understanding, what you want. That's what
How are you playing?
Oh, performance ray tracing mode. No other way. Like so, performance. So I guess so. Here's the difference for anyone who doesn't know what those are. So you got your fidelity mode, which gives you the best picture possible, but at 30 frames per second. Okay. Me personally, I'd rather take a hit on the picture and get more frames. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. Everybody's different. I know some people who prefer picture quality. I don't. Whatever. I think the gameplay experience feels a little more smooth, like sleek, and just quality when it runs at 60 frames or higher. So that's where your performance mode kicks in. So you got your performance mode, which gives you that 60 frames per second. It takes a little bit of a hit on the picture, but gives you that smooth frame rate. And then you got your performance ray tracing, which gives you this. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. You're still not going to get as good of a picture as fidelity mode, but everything's gonna look more sharp. You got your ray tracing is kicking in here, so all the pixels, like the water, like everything just looks flawlessly. Just the way reflections hit off of certain textures, you just really see it. I know everybody was making a big deal when Spider-Man came out. Oh, you don't see his reflection on the edge of the building and shit like that, or no, you could see it, but the buildings, when you look at the reflection, it doesn't show what exactly is being shown behind you. It was like a picture is what the reflection was, which was kind of a stupid nitpick in my opinion, because it's just like, dude, this game's phenomenal. Like, you're talking about this, like you're complaining about this texture on a fucking on a building, on a reflection, not even like just a reflection you're complaining about, but whatever.
And you're complaining about the reflection off of a window that you are supposed to be flying by.
Yeah.
And that's your complaint? Yeah, you're doing good things.
Yeah, the game's good. So, but this time it seems like they stepped it up, and now the reflections actually look like they show what is going on. So, like, the floor is reflected to what's on the ceiling, Ratchet movie. So, like, stuff like that. And, like, I catch myself every now and then just looking at certain things, here and there. Like, I'll look at a bit of scenery. I'll look at how certain textures react with others or certain environment settings. And like I said, game moves great. It's got your classic crazy out there weapons. Started off with a pixelator right off the rip, which just...
For those of the uninitiated, what is the pixelator?
So the pixelator is a gun where you shoot it and they turn into pixelated images of... The enemies turn into pixelated images of themselves. Chances are I'm gonna have B-roll here, so you'll see it on the B-roll. So yeah, it's nice, and it looks cool because like they'll turn into pixels and they'll be like dead on the floor in pixel form, and then you can hit them with a wrench and then the pixels just burst and they're all over the floor, scatter all over the floor. It's
Oh,
wild.
that's rad.
Yeah, dude, so there's just stuff like that. That's another, again, that ray tracing, everything there. That's gonna give you those little pieces that are just breaking off, and it just feels way more than when you would have experienced before without it. Um,
Because I wanted to watch some of the gameplay, and I realized a big thing that people love to do, and I want to ask if you've done it, is actually go into the photo mode. Have you played with that at all, or no?
Not yet. I can't say that I have. It's so funny because like a lot of people make a big deal. I know like Sony's kind of like they're almost kind of being known to do this kind of thing. You're seeing them in their
Hmm.
games. You see it in The Last of Us. You see it in Uncharted. You see it in Days Gone. Even Horizon, I believe, had it. And yeah, like it. I agree. Like, or I guess I've heard the same thing. It's supposed to be really really sick. I haven't tried it myself. I'm not really the photo guy. Like I'm just all about, like, let me
Hmm.
play this game. I just want to play. I don't really want to take photos. The only game I actually took photos in was Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, Ghost of Tsushima was such a beautiful, aesthetically beautiful game.
Right.
But who made that game? Liquid?
That was Sucker Punch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sucker Punch doing good things over there. I
Yeah,
like that.
Sucker Punch
I
is doing good.
forget. I was like, who made that?
Yeah,
Sony's just doing some quality stuff.
yeah, the
Um,
quality is
another
amazing.
another thing, because I was watching a video of only because I'm going to say first stage, just in case somebody doesn't want to hear anything on Ratchet and Clank, and I was just seeing the way the light reflects off the Clank,
Oh yeah,
and and like just so it looks like Pixar made a video game, and
yeah,
I think that's the highest praise you can give this style of game.
yeah. No, you right there. You hit the nail right in the head. Like you said, especially with Clank, the way the textures bounce off of his, he's got a chrome metallic, texture. Little robot, cool dude. And yeah, the way the light hits off of it is amazing. And not only that, it's like different parts of the body, the light hits off differently, and it just, oh man, it's just awesome. Um, Even more adding, I guess, to the gameplay. I kind of, well, do you have any questions on the lighting or anything like that, or?
No. You're kind of knocking it out of the park. Yeah.
All right, next thing I want to
Anything
talk
that comes
about,
up.
the the trigger, the dual sense
Oh
controller.
yeah.
Okay, so I really want to get into like, oh man, I'm such a nerd when it comes to these things because I think I told you about Returnal. I was all gassed up about it and what it did.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, no exception. They try new things with it. So like, just every gun has a different sort of fire. I guess you could say not even a fire,
Hmm.
but it's got the stoppers where you hit it halfway and then all the way. So like for example, there's these grenade bombs. Like they're just your normal I think they're called gravity bombs if I'm not mistaken. And you just throw them. So when you hit it at the halfway point, it brings the arc, the arc like the throwing arc. And then when you hit it all the way, that's when he releases it. So that's cool.
Oh.
There's a shotgun where you hit it the halfway point, it shoots the one barrel. You pull it down all the way, it shoots the second barrel. Or you could just hit it all the way down if you're confident in your shot. If the aim is right, you'll knock out both barrels at the same time. So like stuff like that,
Wow.
dude. I love when they incorporate the dual
Holy
sense.
shit.
Like I know,
Bro, you're the only person I've heard talk about this. Like,
really, dude.
yeah, I
It's
haven't heard no one say anything about this.
and it's dude. Yeah, it like I feel like people are overlooking that sort of thing. The rumble, or like I know what do they have? Some kind of, I forgot what they call their rumble. I know they call it 3D rumble. I think was
The
HD
dual
rumble.
sense. Oh, you can see the top of my head when I go into the microphone. The dual sense.
Yeah, so you got the dual sense. Like I feel like people don't talk about it enough. Like I know with PlayStation 5, even all of the current gen consoles, um, people they want the games to look better, and we knew from the get go they weren't gonna be a big graphical leap from the previous console generation, and they kind of weren't, but the frame
Ah,
rate, you know what I'm saying, like the little things, they're changing the little things like the frame rate, the loading times, but the big thing that nobody talks about is the dual sense. I feel like I thought it was going to be just gimmicky at first.
mhm.
After playing Returnal, I'm like, oh, this is. Or no, I'm sorry. After playing Astrobot, because I first played it in Astrobot, I felt the difference. Even Call of Duty, like all the guns feel different when you pull the trigger. Um,
Oh, I
but
didn't know that.
yeah, like every gun, like if you play Call of Duty, you pull the trigger without like any attachments, the controller vibrates more, and the trigger fights you back more as well. Once you start putting attachments when it's shooting straight, it doesn't shake as much, and the trigger doesn't fight as much back. It's little things like that, dude. Like that
Wow,
nobody really
that's
talks about.
immersive.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that we knew it wasn't gonna be a graphical leap, but when you start considering every little piece, including the DualSense, it does feel like a next gen experience in my opinion. Like you said, it's that immersion, it's that next step in my opinion. And again, Ratchet and Clank, going back to it, no exception. Has that? I'm sure there's plenty against every gun. I'm sure it's different. I haven't experienced every gun yet, so I couldn't tell you what the differences are yet. But I expect to be talking about this game probably for a long time, and you'll definitely find out more.
So I had to ask you this quick question. Are you gonna platinum this game? Is this an instant plat?
Oh yeah, bro, I was gonna platinum this game before this game even came out. Like that was a decision. I know Returnal, I was on the fence, and it's so funny because even now I'm still on the fence. If I want to do it or not, just because it's so RNG heavy. For anyone who what is RNG, random number generator is what it stands for those who don't know. That's just, some when something, what determines when something's gonna pop in or not. I guess that's the best way I could describe it.
I feel like you nailed it.
Yeah, since Returnal is so RNG heavy, where random things can happen, the platinum may take longer than what it should, in my opinion, and that's that might turn me away. But I mean, Ratchet and Clank, I replayed them on PS3. I platinumed the first one, didn't do the second one or the third one. But when they did the remake on PlayStation 4, I did platinum that, and I platinumed on Into the Nexus, which was technically the prequel to this game. That was only like a 5-hour game. That was a fun little platinum to get at the end of the PS3's life cycle. But yeah, this one's definitely going to be a platinum for sure, hands down.
Yeah, because I remember playing the Ratchet and Clank games during the PS3 era. That's where my love for Ratchet and Clank really began and blossomed. Just playing all three of the games, because they had one that was like the Quest for Booty, the one you, yeah, and I was just playing it and enjoying it, and I was like, this is such a fun game. And I'm like, I see why Ratchet and Clank really, I think what they said, the franchise is like 16 years or something entirely.
It's up there.
Like, you don't think about how like Ratchet and Clank has been around for so long, and because it's just, I feel like every time Ratchet and Clank hit, it feels so new and fresh. Because there's really nothing that shares the space that Ratchet and Clank is. I really can't think of anything. There's a 3D platform shooting kind of thing on this level, like, unless I'm just not thinking of it. If you could think of something, please.
No, I mean,
chime in.
If the only thing I can compare it to is Mario with guns, if there was a thing, that's because
that's a good weight class to be in, though.
Yeah, it's a platformer. It's very iconic. I think Ratchet and Clank are just as much of a mascot to PlayStation as Mario and Luigi, I think, are to Nintendo. Now, I'm not saying they're the mascot, because it doesn't seem like PlayStation has the mascot. It has one.
I think mascots are a thing of the past. Like, if you don't have one, you don't need one.
Yeah.
I think I feel like Halo squeaked in Xbox.
Yep.
Like that would yeah.
No, you're definitely right. And but if they did do mascots, Ratchet and Clank does deserve to be it. I know when I talked about Returnal, I talked about how I don't think this is a game for everybody. This game is a game for everybody. Like, for kids, for adults. Like, the writing is funny, very witty, so that's pretty cool. So like adults can enjoy it. Kids can enjoy the gameplay. It's very easy to pick up and play. There's plenty of difficulty settings. If someone who does games jumps in, you're not gonna be, you can put it on the easiest difficulty and run right through it. It'll be nice. But for those who are listening, also PlayStation exclusive. For those who don't know, I'd hope people would know, but I know some people don't. Some people aren't in the
PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, PS5 exclusive, exactly. I know we hear a lot of rumblings about PS5 games coming to PS4. You hear about God of War, for Horizon, Forbidden West, and Gran Turismo. Oddly enough, they announced that one too. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank PS5 exclusive. Can't play it anywhere else. The only thing that I think would hurt it is the amount of hardware that's out.
But I think they knew what it was going in. But I think it's such a flagship. As more people get, I think you can go. I think Ratchet and Clank is one of those games. Like, if I got a PS5 tomorrow, like, or 6 months from now, I'll still want to play Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't see anything on the landscape from 6 months from now that'll really. I can't think of anything unless the Horizon Zero Dawn does come out. I'm like, there's nothing that's gonna top it.
No, no, I
But
completely agree.
yeah, it's a great I think it's probably gonna be the best first. Yeah, because the one PlayStation's been out for like 8 months, right?
Um, yeah. I would say that. Yeah,
Like
it's come out
eight
in
months,
November.
maybe 4 months. Nothing. I don't think anything super substantial is going to come out in the next 4 months. I could be wrong, but so you would think that you could arguably say that um that Ratchet and Clank is probably going to be the best game PlayStation has, and maybe the only true next gen experience on the console. Am I right? Can I
Yeah,
say that?
no, I think you can say that safely. It'll be, and I think it'll be there for a while. Like that, it'll be the only one. Like I said, we ran through some of the games as far as that are going to come out on PS4 and PS5. I know a lot of people complain about that. I guess I don't really care that much. I know a
Hmm.
lot because like I feel like it does it hurt the newer games? Sure, it can. But I feel like if it's done right, like for example, Resident Evil 8. I know it's a third party game, so I'm kind of comparing apples to oranges here. But
Hmm.
Resident Evil 8, the experience on PS4 compared to PS5, I think PS5 is far better. The loading screens, the game plays, like I just feel like it is way better. So again,
I think you'd be hard pressed to find anyone who would argue against you on that.
well, yeah, but there are people out there that are passionate about
There's
this.
always going to be people out there that argue for argue. There's people out there like yelling at the wind.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you this quick question to wrap up this segment. Liquid, do you think this pushes Insomniac Gaming to the level of a Santa Monica Studios or Naughty Dog? We
Well,
put them in that S plus tier now.
right. No, I without a doubt, but I think we even spoke about this a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. I truly believe that. I think Insomniac has the top hat. They have the crown, in my opinion. I'm dead serious, and
Oh.
only because, hear me out. Only it might be a hot take, but hear me out. I think they have the top hat because we got Last of Us 2, and don't get me wrong, great game. It's fantastic. But Insomniac has pushed out Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Ratchet and Clank, and all of them have been like fire. So like I think
Mhm.
that's the team. That's Sony's like they're putting Sony on their back right now. As of right now, they are. Like, can am I right? Am I wrong? Like I know it's hard
Damn,
to say.
Liquid.
Trust me, dude.
No, fuck.
Like
I
Naughty Dog,
don't
I
want to
love
agree
Naughty
with
Dog.
you.
I love Naughty
I
Dog.
don't want to agree. Video games are a what have you done for me lately business.
Absolutely.
So if I had to put my feelings and my fanboy, if I'm putting on my quote unquote gaming journalism bullshit hat that doesn't exist because I'm not qualified,
Right.
it's funny everyone's calling me right now because we're already done normally recording. Anyway, finish my topic, but I think you're right, dude.
Yeah. Like I think so too.
Like,
Good.
fuck. I don't want to agree with you, but I
No,
guess I'm gonna
bro.
have to.
It sucks to say. I do love Naughty Dog. I think PS4 it was all Naughty Dog. PS3
Oh, yeah.
Naughty Dog. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of PS4 to now PS5, like I said, Insomniac has thrown out two games on the PlayStation 5. One of them was PS4, PS5, but now you got your exclusive PS5. And Naughty Dog hasn't done anything yet besides The Last of Us 2. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to take anything away from Naughty Dog. Great development team, probably the best out there. But if we're talking about Sony right now, nobody's doing it more than Insomniac.
The thing is, like, on further, like, now that I'm bringing it about, I didn't think about this until, like, this happening in real time, so I might, who knows, like, an hour from now, my opinions may change.
Hmm.
But I'm still gonna give Naughty Dog that one spot because they've done so much for so long, and I feel like their gameplay style, like, the way they make games have bled into how every other Sony first-person
Sure, they set the
party
bar.
game, yeah. So you could tell with Sony Studios how they're melding the pot. Hold on, I'm blurring. I'm back. They set the bar like you said, and also helping people get over it.
Right.
because they're all like it's such a collaborative effort. We touched on it before. We're here with Horizon Zero Dawn and how she's talking as she's going now, and you'll see like the line like where you could jump, and now it's like marked as yellow. That's
Yeah.
so Uncharted,
Right.
you know. And it's just great. It's just great. Honestly, you know what? It's funny because you want to have this debate, and debate is fun. But I'm gonna bring up the fact that we're having the debate in the first place. They were like, which one's better? Which Sony one is better?
Right.
I'm like, oh no, like wow. I'm like, I know that I feel like Xbox right now in the current space wise is doing a little better, but like it's not. But PlayStation's still winning.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like PlayStation is losing at all.
No. No.
Like, and I think only liars would tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
But man, like I know, like it. Just to close out Ratchet and Clank, because I said that was the last question. But I'm just gonna say my closing piece, and Liquid, you want to add on to it, then we'll move on to the next topic. But
Hmm.
I'm just gonna say like. I know this game is good because I don't care about the game getting spoiled for me. I just want to watch it because it's such a feast for the eyes. I think I can watch it and play it and get two different experiences. That's what my last bit. And Liquid, anything else? Or you want to move on to the
As far as
next?
Ratchet and Clank, no, not. I mean, I feel like I said what I need to say about that. I wanted to actually touch up on one more thing with Insomniac, because
Uh,
like they've also been, I don't know if you noticed, but or have heard, but some of their tweets, I don't know if they're just like to troll, but sometimes they'll tweet out something of resistance, and they'll tweet out like the other day they just tweeted out something of Sunset Overdrive. That was an Xbox IP.
Suns, it was an Xbox IP, but PlayStation got the rights for it, and they just didn't want it to be spread out there. They wanted to keep it. I don't think it really goes to anything. I don't think they'll
No,
really
no.
do anything with it. But man, Resistance, a franchise is near and dear to my heart.
Right.
Like I loved Resistance, and I loved supposedly the bad Resistance. You know, Resistance 2 is considered the bad Resistance.
Really interesting.
Yeah, insane.
I
I
would have
disagree.
said Resistance 3.
Me too. Anyway, but that's also another hot take. But
Yeah.
I digress. I'm gonna do the whole rigmarole before we go to the second one, guys. Just in case you haven't, please follow, like, subscribe. We're doing a live reacts to Xbox slash Bethesda Sunday at the E3 showcase. Please come by, support us, talk to us. You're gonna see me get hyped. You're gonna see Liquid get hyped, and or you're gonna see Liquid talk a whole bunch of shit and how Xbox didn't step up, and me fighting for Xbox's life.
Oh
You know
fuck!
what I'm
Well,
saying?
but remember, this goes up on Monday, and that's going out on Sunday.
Oh,
So
well, hey guys, we saw it, and Halo was awesome, and not a bad thing happened, and all my dreams came true. Hey, future me listening to this in the car.
dude,
God, I hope
like,
it's
what
good.
if, like, what if it's like disappointing and the future self is just crying, like Matthew McConaughey from Interstellar, just fucking just crying and shit in the truck.
If Halo 5 ended up being trash and there's still pop-up trailers, please cut this part out and put that clip up, please.
Let me ask you a
Oh
question
my
real quick,
God.
Chris, before we get into something else here.
Uh,
Because like I feel like, let's say Halo is trash, right? 'Cause and I'm using your word. You said trash. Like,
mm,
do you think you'd be man enough to admit it though? Like, do you think you'd be seeing it with kind of rose tinted glasses?
no, because when I thought I was the crazy one, I'm like, am I the only one who see the pop-out textures?
Okay.
When they showed it,
When
I
they
was like,
originally showed it. Okay, I got you.
at E3, I was like, I'm like, am I the only one who sees it? Because people are like, oh my God, it looks so good. I was like, yeah, until you look more than 10 feet.
Right.
I'm like, you have to understand, to me, it was like, oh no, oh no. It's like, it's happening.
Right.
Like, I could see the franchise I love arguably the most dying by itself. It's not like Metal Gear where it was a death by like like it wasn't the game that died.
Right.
It wasn't that Metal Gear stopped being good. It's that like Konami and all
Yeah,
that
the outside
rigmarole.
sources.
Yeah, so like seeing Halo like quality going down, it just hurts. I'm like, man, now I gotta like play another game I don't wanna.
And I feel
But
like
anyway,
I think that was like a product of just, you remember how they were trying to release it on everything? Oh, Xbox One, Series S, Series X, everybody, like you could play it
there
anywhere.
still are.
And I feel like that's what was hurting. I feel like that's why you got what you got. But who knows? Maybe they overcame it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm episode 8. We're definitely gonna talk about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Because we're gonna totally do a review on E3, and I want to leave it towards then. Especially, we're gonna be like, man, we were right about this, boy, we were wrong about that.
Right.
All right. So I want to get into the game of the week. Oh, by the way, I didn't. Hold on. Screw all that. Let's take the Patreons. We have 9 patrons.
Oh yeah.
We want to. Well, me and Liquid are one of them. We have 7 technically patrons, and I want to just thank all of you for coming so much. Liquid, if you could bring up the list, I'm just gonna fill up a little. Thank you so much, guys. Like honestly, seeing that number, I just check it, and like if I'm feeling sad and I'm feeling down, I just look at that number, and I'm think like at least at one point, people believed in us enough to financially put their money where their mouth is, and that means so much. And I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Liquid, you got the list?
Unfortunately, not only because I feel like it might mess up the recording, and I kind of don't want to do
Ah,
that.
okay. Well, I'm gonna try to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna start.
I'll
I
help you.
have. Okay, Patrick I know is new, and Patrick is a cheap bitch, and Patrick should be watching this, even though he's not like a hardcore gamer. He's super casual, but he still watches. So Patrick, thank you. So he only put $1, but he's a cheap bitch, and that's a lot for Patrick.
I'm here
Patrick,
for
thank
it.
you so much.
That's all I asked for. Thank you.
We have Ani, the shortest slash tallest woman on planet Earth, dude. Is she tall? Last time I checked, she's 6 feet tall, 16 feet tall. I'm gonna throw the opposite. Last time I checked. Okay. We have Andres.
Mm-hmm.
Andres, thank you so much. We have my friend Liz. Liz. I'm trying to think how many people. That's 4.
That's 4. Yeah, we got Josh.
I thought I said Josh. Josh, Infinite Neo. He's on Twitch, guys. He's also trying to make his dreams come true. Check him out. Who am I forgetting?
Justin.
No, I'm saving Justin for the end,
Oh,
bro.
my bad.
My best friend.
My apologies. I guess I couldn't think of the last person, and that's why so Justin came out.
Did I say Andreas?
You did say Andreas.
Okay, Andreas.
Oh, Dylan.
Andreas?
Dylan was one of them.
Dylan.
My brother.
Dylan. Your brother. We forgot your brother. And another person, Matt, watches is Matt. You said you were gonna subscribe. I know you're probably raising your children like a loser, but I guess anyway. And going down to Justin, my best friend.
The bestie.
Justin, just know that your eyes, your face, like sunshine. It looks as good as Ratchet and Clank.
Enjoy that crown.
Enjoy the crown, baby. You're the best. All right, now we're finally gonna get to the game of the week. Knockout City. Liquid, what do you think?
Knockout City was a pleasant surprise. It was.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was easy to get into and kind of difficult to master. It's like it's got this nice little balance of strategy of like, because you got your, you throw your dodgeball, you try to dodge from somebody throwing one at you. You also got to counter and like time your catches. And then you can, that's like the basics of it. And then you got all these other things where you can like spin and try to like throw a curve on your throw. You got different little I guess specials you could do with your teammate can roll into a ball. You can throw your teammate, which counts as like 2 hits because like it's like 2 hits and you're knocked out.
That was in a special game type.
Yeah. Well, no, I think you could play it on any game.
Oh no, you can do it in normal time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because we were playing the 4v4 that one night.
Right. So but yeah, you can do it in any game type. So again, like I said, just easy to go into. Just if you just want to, go in there and throw some balls around, just get in there and just get your hands dirty on some balls. And just, throw them at other people's faces.
You want to say balls one more time, Liquid?
Balls!
All right. So, I thought it was you could tell this is what happens when Fortnite. We live in a Fortnite world, and when I see this game being made. So when I see this, you could tell someone had a meeting and they were like, guys, there's this people want to play like competitive gaming, but they want it to be in this special twist. Like with Fortnite, it's the building, the world, the cartoonish look. And if they said that Fortnite didn't come up in any meetings whatsoever, I would not believe them for nothing in the world. And but that's what I'm saying. When people compare things to Fortnite, people use that as a knock. I'm like, that crown is firmly put on the head, and people are trying to get some of that Fortnite money. Not a knock to Fortnite, just stating the facts. I don't even play Fortnite, but I recommend. I understand. I recognize the crown. Right. Is what I'm trying to get at. So, And great point that you made, and I feel like it's like the Smash Bros of competitive. Like it does a great thing of easy to get in, but hard to master. Um, Lewis, the real Batman 777. I was watching him play, and his friends are like getting super hardcore. They were like already level 50. They were grinding, and I was watching
Nice.
them play, and I was like, oh god. And I'm like, it's crazy how like the skill level.
Hmm.
It's just you could see like how like you can get good and continue to build your skill and how like the game is developing on this competitive sense when it's about dodgeball.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely
Like,
right.
and I thought dodgeball was such a great thing. I'm like, what was the last time you had a dodgeball game of consequence? Really, there wasn't like some throwaway title that we don't even remember.
Right.
Uh, yeah, Knockout City. Well, so I can't say enough good things about it. Like the style, the look, the developers have been amazing on Twitter. Like they're super like transparent, talking to the fans, letting you know when they have updates, and just like being cool on Twitter. And I love that. I love it when you gotta like when you're in charge of your social media and you're like, hey guys, you're playing games, we're making games. This is about video games. This is about being fun and awesome. So it's hard to me. I'm trying to. Liquid, can you think of anything negative you didn't like about this game?
Negative, not necessarily. The only negative thing I would say is the 4v4s. You have to play in a specific game mode. That's probably the only drawback, especially if you have more than three, if you have more than two friends. 3v3s, it's such a delight. You got, your different dodgeballs there. You got a football, actually. It's like works like a sniper. You got like a cage ball to trap enemies where you can throw them off the buildings if you need to. You got a multi-ball. It's almost like, even like, I know you mentioned Smash Brothers. I'd say even like Mario Kart. You got these different types of
Hmm.
balls available. Like Mario Kart, your different items and stuff like that. So yeah, man. The only negative thing is the 4v4. There is no dodgeballs. The 4v4, you're technically throwing your friends. And don't get me wrong, that's fun. It's fun as hell. It's fun because like you start seeing like what friends prefer to throw and what friends are just like, listen, I'm just gonna be the ball. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you start seeing that. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. It involves a little bit more strategy. I feel like it's not just necessarily pick up and play in that sense. Because if you got no friends who want to be on the ball, then you're not hitting anything. What it comes down to. But yeah, that's the only thing. Is just that you're kind of locked into that game mode, that 4v4 game mode, and that's about it though. Everything else is perfect. I would say perfect. It's great.
And no, this is such a great, fun game you can play with your friends. I feel like it's easy. It's an easy transition to get. I want to use the word randoms, but like the average gamer who wouldn't play. And a great thing about Knockout City, I forgot the developer's name, but they did a great thing where they had like a block party and throughout every console. Like PC, PlayStation, Xbox for like the first like 11 days. It was free to play, and they're just like, just play the game because they believed in themselves enough to like, hey, once you play, you're gonna realize this game is awesome,
They weren't wrong.
and you don't get that kind of confidence.
Right. No, you
And
really don't.
it's one of these things. I was like, man, I honestly don't think I'm gonna play like I don't think I'm gonna play too much of it more, and it's not because of the game, it's more because of me.
Hmm.
But like well, I know one day because I have the Xbox Series S, I'm gonna have to hit the delete button. I said I was gonna do it last night. It's still there though. I was like, I don't want to delete it quite yet. Like it's so good,
Right.
and but it's a hard game. But Liquid, like it made me think. Do you think a month from now, Knockout City is anyone still gonna be talking about it the way they're talking about it now?
I think so. Only so, and here's why I think so. Is that when I was playing it, it reminded me. I'm like, oh, I could see myself getting back into this, like when I got nothing else to play in the future. I do it with Rocket League a lot. I go away take a hiatus from the game for like months because nobody's playing it, and then randomly somebody's like, hey, what do you guys want to play? We're tired of whatever's out, or there's nothing out at the time. Let's just throw in some Rocket League, and then everybody's just having a blast on Rocket League, and it just clicks again, for like a week or so, maybe even more. I think this game has that same kind of strength to it, where you can go back to it like that. The only thing again that would be hurting it is that 4v4 versus 3v3 thing, because Rocket League, I guess not necessarily, because Rocket League is very similar. Like, I hate playing 4v4, but if I have if it's 4 friends, I'm gonna do it. The thing is though, the 4v4 game type is the same as 3v. So there's not really there's not too much of a difference. It's the only thing is just 4v4. You got the extra car, so there's that one extra guy who's in the way.
All right. So, Liquid, Dodge, Knockout City, Dodgeball Game Extraordinaire. So, does it hit a yay? Does it get a nay?
Definitely yay. Definitely.
Would you do you honestly feel like you could recommend this for anybody 6 months from now, or do you think it's going to be like too sweaty 6 months from now?
No, I think I could recommend it here. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that. I don't think it'll be too sweaty. Like, I know you're going to experience some people that are sweaty, but I don't think it'll be to the point that it won't be overbearing where you can't have fun.
All right. Well, honestly, I think 2 months from now, all the casuals will be gone. They'll go back to their respective games. And even though Knockout City is a phenomenal game, like what a joy of a game, but I don't see it standing the test of time for some reason. I don't see it doing the long haul. I don't like they needed to put like their own like competitive league or something like that to get the hype going. And anything besides the game, there's nothing. I would love to see it. I would love to see like an MLG, an MLG style thing for this game, to see it played on a high level.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch that like a motherfucker. But they're missing that, and they don't do it, and I think it hurts them.
Now, you don't think that maybe over time you'll get that though? You think it'll be too late?
I don't think it'll be too late. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, because the game is phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I just, I hope I'm 100% wrong. I hope we look back at this episode like, Chris, you're an idiot. How could you ever think that? Right. And I'm like, guys, you're right, dude. By the way, let's watch MLG Knockout City. Man, I think Shroud is really good. Shroud's gonna be a pro.
So,
pro Knockout City player.
It's so funny because like we still call it like MLG, but it's just like, is MLG still really a thing? Like,
no, it's not at all. But MLG is what when you talk about major
right.
gaming.
Yeah,
brother.
I just think it's so
funny. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Yeah. MLG till I die, baby. Chris Puckett, he's still out there. He's still out there. I know he's still doing it. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so segue into competitive gaming. Let's talk about the most competitive game.
Okay.
Competitive Call of Duty Warzone. Liquid. You can't spell competitive gaming without Warzone. Am I right, Liquid?
You're 100% wrong. 100% wrong.
Shit.
Especially since
now,
we
have
a that? Call of Duty League that doesn't consist of anything Battle Royale.
But there is competitive Warzone.
There is competitive.
It was covered at Summer Games Fest. Twitch rivals, people love.
Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely.
So, and arguably gets more views, competitive Warzone, than traditional 4v4 Call of Duty.
Right. Because it speaks more to the casual audience. Might be a hot take, but I think it's the truth. Like,
so for the uninitiated that didn't watch the episode, why don't you like Battle Royale competitive gaming?
Okay. So the reason why I don't believe Battle Royale belongs in competitive is because I feel like it all boils down to the most important thing: balance. I don't feel like it's balanced. I feel like you could have all the skill in the world. It might give you an edge, but it'll never be balanced. That's the difference. I've said it before. In other competitive games, you start with the same setup that the guy your opponent's going to start with. That's balance. The only difference now is your skill level. Who shoots better, me or you? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Granted, the battle royales, like I get it, they're fun. Hopefully, they're not here for too much longer, even though that seems like that's not going to be the case anytime soon. But whatever. Like, I just feel like you're jumping out of a plane, right? You, the one cool thing, this was one thing I will give Warzone credit for that no other game did, was you start off with a pistol. So that's
Mhm.
probably the most balanced I've seen a Warzone or any battle royale. Like usually games you start off with nothing. You don't get. I know Apex started doing the you start off with like level 1 shields, stuff like that. But Warzone started the whole pistol. Granted, got a little toxic with people trying to shoot other people at the sky as they're falling down. It's like, dude, you
But it's
give.
so cool to see. I
But it
love
is
seeing it,
it
dude.
is cool. No, I get it. But yeah, um, like that I just don't feel like it's balanced enough. The fact that I could land and get a like I said a crossbow, you can get a rocket launcher, and there goes my foot. I'm done. Like I don't know. It just it doesn't feel like it belongs in, and it like goes against almost everything that's competitive. Map. When it comes to maps in a competitive game, they're usually fairly even. We'll go back to Halo 3 Pit. That's literally even on each side. It's the same thing on this side that it is on the other side.
Symmetrical.
Right, exactly. It's perfectly symmetrical. You got your Call of Duty games. You got your 3 lanes. Each game sort of does it differently, but at the end of the day, it is somewhat balanced. Because don't get me wrong, there are some maps that will not do it for you. Like, oh, there's a preferred side for a reason. So it's not always the case, but I could still outshoot my opponent with the same setup that he may have or she may have.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, that's really what it boils down to. I just feel like the balance is not there. I feel like it needs to be there more. I know I made a point earlier from what Shroud said one time when he was playing PUBG, is that if I land on a pistol, and then we're talking about other games because obviously Warzone you start with pistols, but if I land on a pistol, I should get a plethora amount of ammo. I feel like versus someone who lands and finds an assault rifle, they should get maybe 1 or 2 clips. But that's just my feeling. That's sort of my feelings in a nutshell on how.
I, I give a little pushback, and
Okay.
this is why. I was thinking about today, and I was thinking about what you were saying the other day on Summer Game Fest. If you guys haven't watched that video, please watch the video. It's good times. I took a lot of notes. Anyway, but I I think you start off. You say you don't start off the balance and the same, but on a certain level, I'm gonna have to give a little pushback because you start the plane. You start knowing the rules of engagement at the beginning. I'm not trying to make it political, but it's like when, like in politics, people are like, oh, this person won the popular vote,
Mhm.
but they got more electoral votes, so that person won. But more people technically voted. It's like, no, but you both ran knowing the rules of the game.
Mhm.
So that it almost, and that's what makes it balance in a sense because you know what you're getting into. You know the roll of the dice. You and at the meta of the high competitive games that these are being played, you know what places tend to drop higher tier loot than the others. And I am going back to Warzone. Feel probably it's the most balanced out of all these battle royale games because there is a system. If you do die, you can't come back and I haven't watched competitive Warzone, but I'm assuming it's just like normal Warzone,
Mhm.
where you can uh, buy your own setup. So like, if you got enough money on the field, then like, boom, there you go. You just have enough. Like, you have your loadout.
Mhm.
You're good to go, and you're rocking. You can bring people back to life, and do all these things. And there's like a mini games within this, but everyone's playing by the same rules. Even if they don't have the same gun, it's still the same rules that everyone who jumped out of that plane knew.
Right. No, I agree. I think the rules, sure, the rules don't change. You're absolutely right. You know what you're getting yourself into. That's why I choose not to play it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're absolutely right, and that's why like and I also choose not really to watch it. Like don't get me wrong, like you got these dudes out here that are just like getting these high kill games, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh well, they were on a specific server where there was like the you know, because there's skill based matchmaking in Warzone, broken.
The skill based matchmaking and everything, even
Right.
if they don't tell you.
But the thing is that the fact that you can like get into another server that doesn't have people as higher levels, so you could get these high kill games, and like that's what it goes by. It's like it also breaks the like you know, hey, just to go back to Halo, you know what I'm saying? You got these different game modes. You know, oh yeah, King of the Hill, Team Slayer, Oddball. You know, Call of Duty. You got your headquarters, domination sometimes depending on the game. You got there's so many others out there, and it's just like you when it comes to Warzone or any battle royale, I feel like that's kind of limited. You're just going by now it's like kill count. Look, whoever has the most kills on the field or whatever the hell on the map, that's who like takes the prize, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes, but it's like there's a point system, and don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a bad point system, but it's still like let's say I'm shooting someone again who's out in the open versus and who doesn't really know the game, let's say, even you know
Mm-hmm.
and so let's say you just happen to run into that person, and or like let's say you happen to run into that person, and I run into someone who's a little more skilled based, they're playing a little more strategy. You know what I'm saying? Now again, I'm at a disadvantage even though this person is not part of the tournament, not part of the and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, I know Warzone, the way it used to be competitive is you get into like separate servers, like it's a group of 4, you split off into 2 separate teams, and so or 2 separate teams of 2, and then you try to get as much kills more than the other two that are technically in your same group, but you're not obviously working. So
Yeah.
like again, it's just like sure you can make the argument that oh yeah, well the rules getting into it, but I mean sure, I mean the rules of getting into anything at that point. Like I feel like that doesn't hold as much weight when you start talking about in back to balance, back to like the ultimate factor, which in my opinion is the only thing that should be playing into competitive gaming, is skill. That's my thing. Like it's competitive. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that kind of shit in football. You don't see it in any sport, really. You know what I'm saying? Like what's
I just
go ahead.
just and to give a little pushback, I feel like the initially the cream rises to the crop because you or to the top, I mean,
Mhm.
because you realize that eventually people learn the game and it is random. You'll never know what lands there, more or less, so on and so forth. So you build around that. I think that becomes its own game, but everyone's playing by the rules.
Mhm.
And like the rules of the game. And I'm like, I feel like the chaos becomes the balance, and
Go ahead.
you know what I mean. Like, you know what I'm trying to get at. I don't know if I explained that well,
Yeah,
but
like I think the
like,
best, like it just to kind of put it into a little perspective here. So like you're saying, for example, let's say just use Fortnite for example. Like
mm,
like you said, you work around with. Well, now you can build, and your building skill could be better than my building skill.
mm,
Now and that is I'd consider that a skill still. That would be a skill,
yeah.
and within that game, it's definitely
Some
a
people
skill.
hate it, but
No, that's a
it's
skill.
just not easy.
That's a skill that's part of the game, and like I get that part. There's nothing random about that. Like, you could be a better builder than the next guy, So like that's what I guess, is that what you're referring to when you come to like building around like making the most out of your situation, kind of. Is that what you're getting
I
at?
would. Yeah. Okay. So thing is, I think I meant by like the rules of engagement. Like we all understand the rules of engagement. We understand that we start with a pistol. There's certain parts of the map that have better coverages than others, and those places that have better weapons, so on and so forth, tend and have better coverage, tend to have more people go there. Like it's the risk and reward of going there.
Sure.
And the better people, the people that more skill. I'm gonna say people like you, Liquid. I'm gonna put like people that are like, yo, you put the right gun in that man's hands, he's a killer. You know what I mean? Compared to someone like me in a 1v1 situation with you, even if I got an AK, I feel like you could work some way around me. You know what I mean? Like the AK-47, I feel like you'd be like, oh, watch my toes, watch my toes, and I'm like, oh no, I watch his toes, bro, and my ankles. I'm like that dude on 1v1s that end up on his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but the thing, even even if it happens, like we know where the places are or running for weapons. I feel it. I'd be hard pressed. Like you know the risk reward when you do that, and even in competitive play, like when you go for like a power weapon in Halo, you realize the timer's up. Most likely, you're not getting that weapon for free.
All right.
So you're gonna come across some heat. You could play it safe, play the outside of the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and slowly make your way in, but then you're missing the action. You're
Right.
missing the points.
Right.
And I guess that economy, the game economy, is the competitive nature, and that's why when you were saying the thing, I want to agree with you. I do, but I'm like I can't say it 100% that you're right.
No, I get where you're coming from, and I mean that like when you said the whole like they know what they're kind of getting into, so your next point about the whole it's like high risk high reward kind of thing, and yeah, I get that. I feel like that is in any game. I don't think there's any problem with that. Like as far as high risk high reward, I think yeah that goes with anything. My biggest thing is just the balance of it. That's just really what it comes down to. And who maybe okay, call me old school. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you were there too. Halo 3. Halo 3 was my first taste of competitive gaming. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So we're talking about something that was balanced, something that like you said, like you develop strategies, and I feel like it's not all taken away, but a lot of it is taken away. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to, hey, yeah, we gotta push this, but it's just like now you're talking about, okay, now well we could push this, but there's a whole other team that might kill us. Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that 1v1 anymore or 4v4 or you know what I'm saying? Like that part is taken out. Like there's so much, whether it be RNG or just so much randomness, like we said, like that's just too much for my blood. You know what I'm saying? That's
So
the
do
biggest.
you feel that there? Hold on, I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna put the pen in that.
Okay.
Out of all the battle royale games that you have played,
Hmm.
which one do you feel is the most balanced?
Balance? Ooh.
Balanced.
It'd probably have to be Warzone. I'd say Warzone. Just because my biggest problem is starting off. That's what I hate the most of these Battle Royale games. So the fact that you start off with a pistol, I'm like, okay. I'm okay with that. So that's the one I would say is the most balanced. Not my favorite, but it's the most balanced.
Mm. Would you say Apex was your favorite battle royale?
Yes.
Mm.
Only because of movement. I love the movement in the
Okay.
game. It's more fast paced. That's another thing. Is that like and I know this is an unpopular opinion. This Black Ops game, Black Ops Cold War, I really like this game a lot, and I know that's unpopular. And again, maybe this is just because I'm old school, because I love the Black Ops series. But the movement and sliding, it's a little ridiculous. It's more arcadey than Modern Warfare was, but I liked it
Mm.
more just because like it's so much. It just factored in so much, like it's Twitch based. Like you just like you're constant like your hands are moving faster than your mind can sort of even comprehend at times, and that's what gets me off. All right, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that
Hell
right
yeah.
that right there is what I really like. So uh, Apex has that sort of fast movement in my opinion. Not as fast, but it has that fast movement compared to like Modern Warfare. I don't feel like you have that. Granted, people can make it work with your slide canceling and all this other stuff, and like tactical sprint run. I think it plays a big part in it as well. There's a few things out there to try to get the upper hand. Um,
Hmm.
but it's just ways that I really could care less to really, even though
I
I just
think
literally named it. What it was. But go ahead.
I've only ever played actually Warzone with you. That one time we played Warzone. But I'll tell you one thing, I love watching me some Warzone, bro. I don't know what it is. Like I'm like I can't understand. Like I'm like if someone's playing some Warzone and like it's just like Verdansk, Like I shouldn't know the name of the fucking map that they're in, but I do. I'm like, I love that it's Verdansk, and
Yeah.
people are like, oh, we're heading back to Verdansk, let's go. And seeing all the crazy clips, I love seeing people like driving helicopters and killing like 4 people, and it's just like the craziness and like Tim the Tap Man and all the hijinks that like the top streamers get into. It just has me because the game is just so hilarious, and like how you can accidentally kill yourself. I'm like, this game is just rock solid. I would honestly say, I think Fortnite's number one in the bullet, like number one on top, but Warzone is probably the one I personally enjoy the most, and I wish I could say Apex as well.
Mhm.
But I always have so much technical problems when I play Apex. It just drives me away.
That's
Like when you're
understandable.
playing the game and for some reason it's super slow, and you're like, "Oh man, this must be a totally Indian company that runs it." I'm like, "Wait, no, it's EA." Oh wait, go fuck yourself. Okay. All right. Well, Liquid. We're about the end of the show, my friend.
Yeah.
Uh,
The only thing I have left to say about that is just the only thing I could hope for is if the next Halo Battle Royale is better, do
I
better.
think you're gonna be holding that battle royale ain't coming at launch, my boy.
Oh, really? Is that like confirmed or is that just
It's
something
not
speculated?
confirmed. I just don't think. I think you're gonna get this big team battle 2.0 thing that you've been hearing rumors about.
Oh, really? Okay. Then yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Then scratch what I said.
people. It's funny hearing people who, and I could be 100% wrong, dude.
Yeah.
I could be. I don't know, but I just don't think it's gonna be there, and I think it's gonna be a detriment to Halo. But Halo has everyone can practically play it for free, multiplayer. Like just play the fucking game. You know it. Hopefully that'll bridge the gap enough time. That'll give them enough time, and Halo is played enough where people like it enough. So when the battle royale eventually does come out, uh, when it starts taking that little dip,
Right.
and like people start like, let's play other things. Like, oh, we had the battle royale. Like, damn, Halo battle royale. Dog, let me go check it out, dude.
Right.
And and I would be interested. I heard about Big Team 2.0, and like I hopefully it's wrong, but they said it's an AV8.
Thank God.
And I'm like, that sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah, that does sound terrible.
I'm like, they're supposed to be like squads spawning on each other, and you get dropped in by pelicans and all this stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of it in a different. Like, maybe you can show me how 3 teams of 8 is good,
Yeah.
but on paper, as a Halo fan, that sounds fucking terrible.
Right. Well, like you said, yeah, that's definitely their job. They definitely need to show it for sure. Definitely need to prove it.
100%, because that means I gotta start being a fanboy of a whole new fucking video game, and I don't even know where to even start, dude. I don't even know where to start. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We love you so much, especially our patrons. We love them more. If you're watching this, you're not a patron. You're like, if I had 2 hands out, and like it was the viewers who were not on Patreon and the viewers were all are, but I could only save one of you. The kids who are not giving us money getting dropped.
Now, which one was the good choice and which one was the bad choice?
No, the good choice is the people who are paying it, brother.
Oh, okay.
And then I grab it and I make sure. And then the thing is, whoever gives us the least money, probably Patrick, I'm gonna throw him off and make sure Justin's extra okay because he's my best friend, bro.
Oh,
And then we're gonna embrace.
So you're gonna kick off
You know what I'm
Patrick
saying?
and then you're gonna give Justin 2 seats?
Yes.
Okay.
Just in case Justin needs to spread his legs, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta spread them.
Yeah. That's my best friend. All right. You have to understand. Like you and me, one of us in the driver's seat, one of us in the passenger seat. But he gets to pick whatever chair he wants. He gets whatever window seat he wants.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, 100%.
He's running first class.
First class.
Yeah. Everybody else is coach.
Like fabulous. He got the fabulous. I forgot the words. I don't listen to Fergie that much, guys.
Was it Fergie? I was thinking Katy Perry. Wow. Jesus Christ.
I was thinking fabulous. You thought it was Katy?
I did. Get me off
Put
of here.
some respect in the Fergalicious one's name, bro.
Get me out of here.
All right, I'm gonna get you out of here, guys. Thank you so much. Like yet again, thank you so much. This E3 madness. We just thanks, guys. You're the best.
Thank you.
I love you.
Absolutely.
You,
Love each other.
you over there. You in the room. Beautiful. No matter what they say.
Don't
Words
change the thing.
can't bring you down. Don't change the thing. Don't change the thing. You think Mike getting that haircut? Don't get that haircut. All right, guys. Thank you so much yet again. This has been Microtransaction.